Namaste friends and welcome to this practice. Join me on the hands and knees. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's begin by rounding the spine, looking in towards the belly. And while you're here, press into the hands and take a long breath in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth and scoop the chest and the sit bones up. Inhale through the nose, looking in, press into the hands. Exhale. Inhale. Twice more, but this time let both breaths in and out move through the nostrils. Perhaps the breath is still audible, your Ujjayi breath. Find a neutral spine, tuck the toes under, lift on up into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release the knees down to the mat. Take the arms along an extended child's pose. Skim the hips over the heels as the shoulder points reach down to the hips. So perhaps the hands are wider than the shoulders now. You might even find the hands are coming off your mat. As you return to center, come forward, breathing in, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. With your breath, glide the right leg to the ceiling. As you exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands, low lunge. Inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, let the hips soften, fingers back. Chest stays lifted, breathing in and exhale. Once more, inhale. And as you exhale, framing the front foot. So finding your side plank variation, left hand under shoulder, take the right arm up, round down through the right little toe, or extend the leg, press through the heel. Hug in through the front ribs, the navel. Breath in, breath out. Stay present with the breath, stay present in your body. Let the top arm come down past the ear, find down dog. Inhale, glide the left leg to the ceiling. Lift the hips, create the space, step the foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, lifting up through the hips, the chest, the arms. Exhale to soften. Breathing in, and breathing out. If you find that there's a little bit of pressure or heat build up, you can let a few exhales go through a slightly open mouth. Frame the front foot, so I find this side plank variation. This time you'll see the reverse view. Ground down through the little toe or reach the foot up, press through the heel. Imagine that bottom hand is dragging back towards the bent knee. Find stability through that bottom shoulder. Let the top arm circle down past the ear. Find your half plank. As you bring your weight forward, shoulders over the wrist, stay active through the belly. Exhale to release all the way down. Cobra, inhale, lift through the back of the neck, broaden across the chest. Exhale to release. Strong core lifts you up, supports the lower back as you move into down dog. Inhale the right leg to the ceiling. Step the foot forward, high lunge. Build from the ground up, breathing in, take the arms up. Stay right through the chest and the wings back as you exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Gaze is eye level or perhaps even slightly higher. Framing the front foot. You're spinning to the outside of the left foot. This right foot stays in front. This variation of side plank. Lifting up through those top fingertips. Let the top arm circle down past the ear, finding down dog. Gliding the left leg to the sky as you breathe in. Stepping the foot forward in between the hands, high lunge. Moving with the breath, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. The front knee stays bent. Perhaps you're starting to straighten the back leg. Framing the front foot. Left foot stays in front, spin to the outside of the right side plank. Top arm releases down to the mat. Find your way to down dog. Wrap the armpits under. Feel that space in between the shoulder blades. Bend the knees generously. Walk or step forward to the front of the mat. Lift the chest halfway as you breathe in. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees. Reverse swan dive. Coming all the way up and exhaling down through center. Take the arms up alongside the body as you breathe in through the nose. Exhale through an open mouth. Inhale. Keep those knees bent. Use the strong legs. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Coming up. Last one. Let it go. Breathing in. Exhale through an open mouth as you shower the arms down alongside the body, finding Tadasana. With those knees off lock, feel the weight distributed evenly through the body. Check in with the breath. Soft belly. Let the arms float overhead as you inhale. Lightly touch overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Breathing in to lift halfway. Right leg steps back, finding warrior two. Left heel in line with back instep. Turn the back toes to the front corner of your mat. And instead of opening the hips, open the torso, turning the torso to the long side of your mat. Extend the arms, knee in line with the middle toes. Turn the palms up, release the shoulders. And then as they turn back down, notice those shoulders are still away from the ears. Straightening the front leg, inhale, tipping back, reach up to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm reaches up. And you can stay nice and light through this bottom elbow, so rather than collapsing all the weight there, lift up a little, stay long on both sides. Pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. Last breath in, circle the top arm down alongside the ear. Find your way to plank or half plank, shifting forward as you inhale, exhale to release. Breathing in, find cobra, stay bent through the elbows. Exhale. Coming up through hands and knees, finding your way into down dog or child's pose is there for you as well. Finding 3 steady breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Hear the sound of your breath. As you hear the sound of your breath, this silent mantra, allow it to bring you back into the body, back into the moment. From downward facing dog, let's take the right leg to the ceiling as you inhale. Add a tiger curl, exhale, knee into the chest. Inhale to lift. Stepping the foot forward in between the hands, finding your warrior two. Relax the shoulders, looking over those front fingertips, guiding the knee in line with those middle toes. So rather than letting that right knee collapse inward, encourage it to be out in line with the toes. Sometimes it can be helpful to see the rear view, so I'll stay on this side. Turn the front palm up, straighten the front leg as you press into those toes, breathing in. And exhale into extended side angle. Left arm reaches up. Use those top fingertips to give you that sense of buoyancy on the underside of the pose. Let the top arm come down past the face, Framing the front foot, stepping forward as you breathe in and lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Feet hip distance apart. Utkatasana, taking the arms up, or perhaps bringing them together at the heart center. Active through the legs, imagine you're tearing the mat apart through the feet. Breathing in, press into the feet, touching the palms overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, finding our warrior two once more, this time with the left leg stepping back. Building from the ground up, no hurry. Position the legs, your strong foundation, gives you then the room to open up through the chest and expand through the arms. Turning the front palm up, find reverse warrior as you continue to bend into that front knee. Straightening the front leg as you breathe in. Notice all this open space that you're taking with you now into your triangle pose. So you'll notice if you reach down, sometimes the chest can collapse. So perhaps staying a little higher is a good option for you until you're able to rotate that bottom rib cage around. Give yourself the space through the torso. Take a breath in, lift just enough to create this shelf again as you exhale. Perhaps reaching the arm over in this half circle, or alternatively taking a bind around the back of the body, bringing those fingertips to the inside of the thigh. Looking over the bottom shoulder can be helpful for alignment. And from extended side angle, you may like to join me in Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon. Reaching the right hand forward, but back slightly. If you've got a block, that's a great option as well. Reaching to the heel, press the toes towards the shin. Maybe taking the left arm up here. Drawing the navel to the spine. And then sending that elevated leg all the way to the back of your mat. Turning the toes out and finding goddess pose. So just check in that the knees feel like they're in a healthy alignment. Bring the hands together. Breathing in, take the arms up. Exhale as you bend the knees, draw up through the pelvic floor. Inhale. And exhale. Finding your depth, the breath that supports you. Long breath out. As you straighten the legs, turn the big toes in towards each other. Shift the hands to the hips. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale to fold forward. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Palms, fists or fingertips. As you rest on the left hand, take the right arm up, breathing in. Press into that bottom hand and find the space from palm to palm. Release the top hand, switching it over. Engage into that bottom hand. Inhale to open through the other arm. Up, 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 and perhaps beyond. Breathe. Breathe. Releasing that top arm down, soften the elbows, the shoulders. Soften the knees so that you can walk around to frame that front foot, finding your high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach to the fingertips, bring the palms to connect overhead before drawing them down through center. Press into the palms, expand the elbows. Taking some weight forward, finding warrior three. Sending the back leg up, reach to the heel, dropping that left hip slightly. Sending that knee up and towards the chest before finding your tree pose. So the sole of the foot might be on the upper thigh or below the knee. Just coming screen there to turn some air on. So you're here in tree pose, engaging the standing leg against the sole of the foot. Your choice with the arms, an arm variation that supports you. Guiding that knee in towards the chest once more, stepping the foot all the way back, taking the arms up, inhale. Exhale, framing the front foot. You're taking the front foot, the right leg up into the space behind you, finding your twisted dog. Option to find wild thing, if that's in your practice. Before flipping all the way back, finding your plank pose as you inhale, exhale to release. Shalabhasana, locust. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, engage through the belly, inhale through hands and knees, exhale, downward facing dog. Feel the spine lengthening up to the sit bones, drawing in through the front ribs. Rotate those armpits under, give yourself space through the shoulders. Use your next inhale to glide the left leg up. Take a tiger curl, exhale. Inhale to extend. Stepping the foot forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Front palm flips, reverse warrior, bending into that front knee. Right hand to the hip, or it might slide down the back, which is most supportive. Where should your gaze be? What works best for you? Look around, check the alignment of the body. Get interested. Straighten the front leg, breathe in. Lift up a little more to those top fingertips. Exhale, Trikonasana. Bottom rib cage rotating around, top ribs open, breath easy, spacious. Inhale, lifting just enough to create this ledge. Extended side angle, perhaps with a bind, wrapping the arm around, bringing the hands to the inside of the thigh. Looking up, open up. Breathe from belly to heart. Ardha Chandrasana, left hand forward, behind slightly. Have a block handy if that's in your practice. Extend the leg up, 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 up. Higher than parallel to the ground. Give yourself light with that easy breath. And then stepping that foot all the way to the back of the mat, finding your goddess pose. Engage the palms, lift the elbows, strong through the legs, turning to your left. Notice the lower rib cage rotates around. The hips and knees barely need to move. Come back through center to the other side. Returning to center, straightening the legs, settling the hands to the hips. Breathe in, lift, and diving forward as you exhale. You might like to take the first finger and thumb around the big toe, or draw the hands into the space between you. Maybe a good opportunity to let out an extra exhale through an open mouth. Release the bind if you've taken on with the hands, soften the knees, walk your way around to frame the front foot. Feet are hip distance apart, so don't have them like they're on a tightrope, but more like you're standing on train tracks. Find your Anjali Asana. So you're steering the right hip around. Bring the palms together, draw down through center and start to take the weight forward, finding Virabhadrasana 3. Reaching through the heel, keep the chest lifted, the gaze lifted. We're sending that right knee up and towards the chest. Positioning the foot for your tree pose, Vrikshasana. Perhaps that same hand variation is going to be beneficial for you right now to find your center, as well as listening closely to the sound of your breath. Steady breath, steady mind. Great way to get out of that thinking mind and into the feeling body, particularly bring a little warmth and sweat. Take the knee up, send the hands to the hips, finding your Anjaneasana. Inhale. And then exhale to frame that front foot. Finding your twisted dog pose, bending a little through that right knee, turn the right heel in, open through the left hip. Option to turn this into your wild thing. Releasing the hand, finding your way into your plank pose. Inhale forward, moving through Chaturanga Dandasana. It may be locust, it might be cobra. You might bring the hands down to the rib cage so that when you lift up into upward dog, the wrists are directly under the shoulders, lifting the hips, pressing into the tops of the feet, engaging through the core as you curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Find that steady breath, breathing in through the nose in your dog pose or child's pose, maybe out through the mouth. Inhale. Wherever you are, with mouth closed or open on the out breath, tune into the sound, the vibration of your breath. From downward dog, find your way into child's pose. You might like to take the knees wide, bring the head down to the mat, or support it with a pillow, blanket, or the hands. Feel the back of the body relaxing, so you notice the weight of the spine. Feel the buttocks soften, the belly soften. Tune into these final 3 breaths here in child's pose, counting the exhales from 3 to 1. After your final breath, you can slowly peel your way up. Find your way into deer pose, bringing the right leg out in front. Take the hands out long and wide. Inhale, take that right arm all the way up and over. Inhale, back to center. Find a little more length as you exhale and bend. Bending the left elbow, drop the shoulder. Relax the right thigh. As you breathe in, grow a little taller, at least imagine you are. Twisting around, bringing the back of the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Tucking the chin into the collarbone. Feel the breath moving from the navel to the center of the chest. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Soften the shoulders, the neck as you bring your way around, just to simply switch over to the other side. Get nice and tall through the spine first before turning that left palm out. Inhale and exhale to the right. Just relax through the neck and the jaw. Take a breath in, find a little more length. Exhale. The chest willingly opening to receive that breath. Notice how nice it is to feel the ribs expanding outward. So as you come up and prepare to twist, imagine those ribs still have room to move out to the sides. Tuck the chin, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. As you soften and find your way back to center, go on and find your Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Inhale to lift and exhale, relaxing the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. You might bring the hands out in front or bind the feet with your hands. Imagine that breath moving from the tailbone all the way up into the back of the neck. And as you exhale, that breath moves down like warm water, soothing the body, soothing the body. Keeping the chin tucked into the chest as you breathe in, lifting slowly all the way up. Take those legs out in front, about hip distance apart. And then hopping onto the knees or wrapping the arms around you, tucking into the chest, just curling in. You might even lift up the feet, just hovering here in that space of silence. And as if you have a dimmer switch that's dimming down the busyness of the mind, the activity of the body. Keep that space, only barely lift. As you find Sukhasana, your easy seat, you might be sitting on a bolster or some other sort of support. Placing one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. And feeling that lower hand on the belly, receiving the breath. As we practice our box breathing, it's suitable for everyone unless you have an unhealthy heart or you're in the stages of pregnancy. You don't have to add the breath retention. Otherwise, join me as you inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, letting the practice of counting the breath fall away. Breathing out, feeling into your natural breath. Smiling into your breath. Smiling into this body. Smiling into this existence. into your own mindfulness meditation practice. Conscious breathing. Perhaps recline back down and take a nice, long, well-deserved Shavasana. I wish you well.